All right, people, I'm back again. Let's read 7, Ecclesiastes 7:8 again. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof, and the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. Check this out. The Bible was talking about don't be like the former days are better than the days now. Like I wish things were like they used to be. He said you don't consider wisely concerning this matter. Then he said the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. Now combine those two together. In time, if you keep calling on God and you keep operating under his will, things are going to get better, not worse, in regards to your relationship with God. That means it's going to take patience. Do you understand? Okay, let's stop. Be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry, for anger resteth in the bosom of fools. Now, listen real closely to how this is worded. Be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry. The Bible didn't never say, be not angry. The New Testament said, be angry and sin not. He said to be slow to anger. You see the connections? Be not hasty in the spirit to be angry, slow to anger. You can get mad. And then he said, be angry and sin not. I always use the example of Jesus flipping the table over and Jesus never sinned. And that wasn't considered sin. Think about it. For anger resteth in the bosom of fools. Say not thou, what is the cause that the former days were better than these? Well, I didn't know that was coming right up. For thou does not inquire wisely concerning this. Why? Because you don't know what the future holds. I hear people in relationships all the time. When we first met, our relationship was so much better. Because you're living in the past, idiot. Lord, forgive me for that word. But you're living in the past. You steady trying to relive the glory days. It's just like a old athlete, but like, man, if I was playing football still, man. And people try to live out their old dreams to their kids and stuff. Anyway. But he said, you don't inquire wisely concerning this. The former days were better than these. Man, God has given me a hope that I know if I stay at it, if you stay at it, you got good things coming your way. Mm-hmm. You hear what I said? If you stay at it, patient in spirit, connect the dots. Wisdom is good with an inheritance, and by it there is profit to them that see the sun. For wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense. Check this out. But the essence of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it. Money cannot save you. Wisdom, godly wisdom, can save you. Consider the work of God. For who can make that straight which he hath made crooked? Now think about that. When I started, I used that saying so much, it's ridiculous. I use a lot of these sayings a lot. But that's when who can make straight, like, think about people who are struggling with addiction and things like that. You won't hate them. You won't be mad at them as such. You won't be mad at anybody. Because only God can straighten them out. You won't be trying to beat them down. All you can do is pray for them. You don't used to get mad for them. I'm just being real. That goes for anything. Let's say your wife leaves you, Houston. What can you do about it? Nothing. It don't make no sense for me to take action in my own hands when God is in control. And the day of prosperity be joyful. Listen to this. But in the day of adversity, consider. God also set the one over against the other, to the end that man should find nothing after him. That's why one day somebody might be up on top of the world, and then they're down the next. And that's why you shouldn't be boastful, or like think because you're wealthy now, you're well off, that it can't happen to you, and look down on other people. All have things have I seen in the days of my vanity. There's a just man. And listen to this right here. This is a good saying, and it's so true. All things have I seen in the days of my vanity. There's a just man that perisheth in his righteousness, and there's a wicked man that prolongeth his life in his wickedness. And people be like, man, think about that. That makes no sense, but it makes perfect sense. Like, how can a wicked man live 100 years and a righteous man die early? That's why God says a time for everything. That's why God say get right with him. Because you don't know when your day of death is going to come, just like you didn't know when you was going to be born. But I love this right here. Check this out. Be not righteous over much. Neither make thyself over wise. Why shouldest thou destroy thyself? Now check this out. How does this relate? Except your righteousness exceed the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees, you will in no case inherit the kingdom of God. What was the Pharisees' righteousness? This. Over righteous. Holier than thou. That's what destroyed them. Remember that. Now check this out though. Be not overmuch wicked, not to be thou foolish. Why shouldest thou die before thy time? Now I tell people all the time, the Bible and God is about balance. If this ain't about balance, I don't know what it is. Be not overmuch wicked, not to be thou foolish. Why shouldest thou die before thy time? Now, being over wicked can cause you to die before your time. And being over righteous, you can destroy yourself. Both of them lead to a type of death. Ain't that amazing? The word of God is so good. It is good that thou shouldest take hold of this. Yea, also from this withdraw not thine hand, for he that feareth God shall come forth of them all. God's going to straighten you out. God's going to balance you out. But there are people that give their life to God and they are over righteous. So guess what God does? Bring them down. There are people that are over wicked. What God does? Bring them more, make them more righteous. Balance. Wisdom strengthens the wise more than 10 mighty men which are in the city. For there is not a just man upon earth that doeth good and sinneth not. Did you hear that, preachers? Pastors? Geno Jennings, did you hear that? Since you listen to jazz as a sin. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to call you out because you sound like a fool. Also, take no need unto all words that are spoken. Check this out. But this will help you go a long way. This will help you go a long way. Also, take no heed unto all the words that are spoken, lest thou hear thy servant curse thee. Check this out. For oftentimes also thine own heart knoweth that thou thyself likewise have cursed others. When they talking about me, when you talking about so-and-so yesterday, do you understand? This word right here, boy, it's awesome. Now watch what he said. All this have I proved by wisdom. I said I would be wise, but it was far from me. That which is far off and exceedingly deep, who can find it out? Who can see in the future? It didn't say that, but I'm just, who can see in the future? I apply my heart to know and to search and to seek out wisdom and the reason of things, and to know the wickedness of folly, even the foolishness and madness. Now check this out right here. Men, listen closely. And women, if this you, listen closely too. And I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets. Listen closely. And her hands as bands. Whoso pleaseth God shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. Check this out. You remember in Proverbs. Now listen what he says. Whoso pleaseth God shall escape her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. Let's read a story and see how this relates. Are you ready? Check this story out. I think I just read it. It's in Proverbs. It's amazing, this word of God. I'm almost there, people. Bear with me. Bear with me a second, people. Chapter 7 of Proverbs, starting with verse 5. That they may keep thee from, say unto wisdom, with 7:4, say unto wisdom, thou art my sister, and call understanding thy kinswoman, that they may keep thee from the strange woman, from the stranger with flattereth with her words. Now listen to what he said. Let's read it again. I find more bitter than devil a woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands are bands. Whoso pleaseth God shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. Listen to that. At the window of my house I looked through my casement, and behold, among the simple ones I discerned among the youths a young man void of understanding, void of wisdom, passing through the street near her house, her corner. And he went the way to her house in the twilight, in the evening, in the black and dark night. And behold, there met him a woman with the attire of a harlot and subtle of heart. Listen, women, listen, men. She is loud and stubborn. Her feet abide not in her house. Now she without, now in the streets, and lieth in wait at every corner. So she caught him and kissed him, and with impudent face said unto him, I have peace offerings with me. This day have I paid my vows. Therefore came I forth to meet thee, diligently to seek thy face, and I have found thee. I have decked my bed with coverings of tapestry, with carved works, with fine linen of Egypt. I performed my bed with myrrh, perfumed my bed with myrrh, aloes and cinnamon. Come, let us take our fill of love into the morning. Let us solace ourselves with love. For the good man is not at the house. Read between the lines. My husband ain't here. He is gone in a long journey. He have taken a bag of money with him, and will come home at that day appointed. With her much fair speech, she caused him to yield. With the flattering of her lips, she forced him. He goeth after her straightway, as an ox goeth to the slaughter, or as a fool to the correction of stocks, till a dart strike through his liver, as a bird hastens to the snare, and knoweth not that it's for its life. Hearken to me now, therefore, ye children, and attend to the words of my mouth. Let not thy heart decline to her ways. Go not astray in her paths, for she has cast down many wounded. Yea, many strong have been slain by her. Listen closely. Her house is the way to hell, going down to the chambers of death. Let's read this again. And I found more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. Whoso pleaseth God shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. Let's say your wife or your husband, let's put both in there. Let's say your wife or your husband is cheating with somebody else. Don't need to get mad. What he said? But the sinner, he said, whoso pleased with God shall escape from her. Think about it. People run after cheating spouses. For what? He said a man that pleases God will escape her. Maybe God had moved them out of your way. And maybe the person that got her is the fool. Think about it. I done seen a marriage happen like that not too long ago. Man left his wife, divorced them, they separated their house, left his wife for a woman, and the woman ended up leaving him in the end. So he lost his house and lost everything, chasing after this woman. When he said he's just been obedient to his wife. So it works both ways. He said, check this out. But the sinner shall be taken by her. You're a married man, and a woman's trying to talk to you. And you go into it like a sheep to the slaughter. That goes for every aspect of life. Now think about it. You can't get mad. Sometimes when you pray, God makes a way. And he'll move somebody right out the way. What did he say again? Let's read it again. That's why he said, reward evil for evil. He said, whoso pleaseth God shall escape from her. What that mean? You might even get in a relationship with her or him. But when God seems fit, you will escape from somebody that's using you and abusing you and taking advantage of you. If you're pleasing to God, let them go. Maybe God is assisting you. Maybe God is assisting you, Houston. Yeah, y'all know my story. Y'all know what I talk about. You know, this brings me so much wisdom and so much joy knowing that God protects us in that matter. Behold, this have I found, saith the preacher, counting one by one to find out the account. And a lot of people don't like to hear this, but it's in the word. Which it my soul seeketh, but I find not. One man among 1,000 have I found, but a woman among all those have I not found. What he's talking about. Lo, this only have I found, that God have made man upright, but they have sought out many inventions. Did the Bible just say men are smarter than women? I didn't see it. And the weird thing is, we ain't that much smarter than women. He said 1 out of 1,000. So think about it. Out of every 2,000 men, you got 2 smart men, 2 wise men. Pray to God that you one of them. Chapter 8. Who is the wise man, and who knoweth the interpretation of a thing? A man's wisdom maketh his face shine. You ever see some Christians see like they got a light, a glow about them? As you start studying the word, and your light gonna start shining, you're gonna start glowing. And the boldness of his face shall be changed. Look at that. Look at that prophecy. In regards to those that love God and live for God, eventually your light gonna shine and you're gonna start glowing. I counsel thee to keep the king's commandment, and then in regard to the oath of God, be not hasty to go out of his sight. Be not hasty to go out of his sight. That means you need to develop a personal relationship with God at all times. Listen to this. Stand not in an evil thing, for he doeth whatsoever pleaseth him. Proverbs, consent not with people in an evil matter. Where the word of a king is, there's power. And who may say unto him, what doest thou? Whoso keep the commandments shall feel no evil thing. What does that mean? God will give you a peace that surpasses all understanding. That's what it means. And a wise man's heart discerneth both time and judgment. Discerneth both time and judgment. Because to every purpose there is a time and judgment. Therefore the misery of man is great upon the earth. For he knoweth not that which shall be, for who can tell him when it shall be? There is no man that have power over the spirit to retain the spirit. Not to have power in the day of death, and there is no discharge in that war. Neither shall wickedness deliver those that are given to it. Don't ever think by doing evil you can be delivered. All this have I seen and applied my heart to every work that is done under the sun. There's a time wherein one man ruleth over another to his own hurt. And so I saw the wicked buried, who had come and gone from the place of the holy, and they were forgotten in the city where they had so done. This is also vanity, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily. Think in regards to that. That's man's wisdom. They should have their reward by now. Remember, God's timing. Therefore, the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. You ever seen action movies? It's always the same. They want to take visions in their own hands. And the police and everybody else be like, man, wait, let us do our job. And then when they take vision, the next thing you know, one person died, not the hundreds and died. Though a sinner do evil 100 times, and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear God, which fear before him. What he said? Don't fear those who can destroy the body. Fear him which have destroyed the body, can destroy your soul in hell. But it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feareth not before God. There is a vanity which is done upon the earth, that there be just men, unto whom it happeneth according to the work of the wicked. Again, listen to this. There be wicked men to whom it happeneth according to the work of the righteous. I said this is also vanity. Think about it. Then I commended myrrh, because a man hath no better thing under the sun than to eat and to drink and to be merry. For that shall abide with him of his labor the days of his life, which God giveth him under the sun. When I apply my heart to know wisdom and to see the business that is done under the earth, upon the earth, but also there is that neither day nor night sleep with his eyes. Then I beheld all the work of God, that a man cannot find out the work that is done under the sun. Because though a man labor to seek it out, yet he shall not find it. Yea, further, though a wise man think to know it, yet shall he not be able to find it. Check that out. You'll never know everything. I'm going to stop there. I might read the rest tomorrow, if God wills it. It's only 3 more chapters. But you want wisdom. First of all, you have not because you ask not. And let's say another thing. He shall be found of them that seek me. You see not because you seek not. I don't know no more than the next man. But I know when God gave me the word, he was like, eat it up. Because man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of God. So if man shall live by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of God, that means you need to study the word, especially you men out there. Because you're going to tell your kids, and hopefully your kids will tell their children's children. That's what Proverbs and Proverbs, keep your father's commandments. Keep the teachings of your mother. Which teachings? The biblical ones. And yes, there is worldly knowledge. Listen closely. There's knowledge in this world that you're going to utilize. But God's going to let you know how to utilize it. Because the Bible doesn't teach you how to move furniture. Or work at McDonald's. Or fry meat. You understand? Or cook. It's a lot of things that you're going to learn in this world. But that doesn't make you better. I remember years ago, boy, I thought I was the best thing smoking. Until I got fired. I was the best thing smoking out the door. I was prideful and boastful, overly righteous. My intentions were good, but God had to show me that's not the way to do it. And he showed me through his word and through his wisdom and through his teachings. You know, people, when you read that word, I kept bringing up Steve Harvey. But think about it. When people's teaching, and they say they are men or women of God, if their teachings go contrary to what is being taught, that makes them a false teacher. Telling people to seek after riches and seek to be rich, that's not biblical. So I can't trust no man or woman that teach that. I like when people teach, be content with things as you such have. You laboring for the wind. Like I tell people all the time, you know how many outfits I got in my closet, and I wear this majority of the time. Because I work 5 days a week. So from the moment I get dressed, which is like 6 o'clock most of the time in the morning, I wear this from 6 to like 6. 12 hours a day I'm wearing this. And I'm not finna go home. I'm getting to that age. I'm not finna go home and get dressed. That's to go be seen in a brand new outfit. I'm finna rest. And I'm finna sit back and I'm finna do what the Lord told me I can do. I'm finna eat, drink, and be merry. This is my portion. It is your portion too. It's a lot of Christians out there that are so depressed and so down and out because they think as a Christian you can't enjoy life. Yes, you can. I'm not saying how the world enjoys life, how you used to enjoy life when you used to grab that bottle of liquor. Yeah, that's what this is. I drink liquor and drank all of it. Check this out. I drunk yesterday. I drank 2 shots. and I ate some food. And I was happy. They ain't gonna tell you that. Oh, you shouldn't be drinking strong drink. Now, keep in mind what I just told you. I drunk 2 shots. Now, sometimes, I'm gonna be real with you, people. You see, stop being so hard and judgmental on everybody. What he said. Let's read what the preacher said to start off with one more time. Check this out. Let's say how the preacher tried to be wise first. And then I'm going to probably stop. Bear with me. I said in my heart, go to now, I will prove thee with myrrh. Therefore enjoy pleasure, and behold, this also is vanity. I said of laughter, it is mad, and of myrrh, what doeth it? I sought in my heart to give myself unto wine. Yet acquainting my heart with wisdom. Who said that? The preacher said that. And I know what most of y'all are going to say. They was drinking fruit punch. I would slap the taste out of your mouth right now. I guess Noah, after the flood, made a bunch of fruit punch until he passed out drunk. Fruit punch got him drunk. Man, come on, y'all. Stop teaching this false stuff. The wine that's in the Bible is not like the wine of today. You know, wine is one of the, and making strong drink is one of the oldest professions known to man. Look, man, I was watching a special. I was on TikTok, and I was watching monkeys. And there was these worms. They give off some kind of toxin. And these monkeys would get these worms and eat them and get high. They didn't figure it out. I might can't eat this, but I can get messed up. An animal. And not only that, the high, when it makes their mouth slog, saliva just run out their mouth, but the saliva protects them. It becomes an insect repellent. Look at that. God said, behold, I've made everything and it is good. How you utilize things is what makes it bad for you. Like, I try to drink a cup of coffee every day. And I ain't even finished this. But you know, you can drink too much of this and it can be bad for you. Too much of anything can be bad for you. God doesn't want us to walk around as Christians like, ooh, you the devil. You the devil. I used to think that in certain growth spurts in my life as a Christian. Should I watch anime? Should I watch wrestling? It's half naked women on there. I shouldn't watch that. I ask myself a lot of questions. Like, am I evil for doing this? Lord, what do you want me to do? I wasn't born back in the days when they didn't have television and internet. I was actually born in the phase when video games came up. And I don't see no problem with a Christian playing video game, enjoying himself, taking his mind off of the things, drinking, having a good time. Don't feed into it. But the thing is, I can't really say that to a rookie. Because what I would tell a beginner, hey man, you might want to stop watching certain things on TV. But as you grow stronger, think about it. Jesus was able to go to any place at any time, no matter what's going on around him, and be not affected. Think about that. That's why he told Peter, when you're converted, strengthen the brother. You're going to get stronger, Peter. You're going to be able to go to Rome while those gods and goddesses are and be okay and still be able to operate. Because you got to be able to operate in this evil world. You can't, I did a video about this a few weeks ago. You can't expect God to take the evil out of the world for you. You just got to be able to maneuver through the evil with the help of the Holy Spirit by your side. When you walk into Walmart, you don't know what people are going to have on. You don't know what's going to happen. And you know, just like I know, lately when you walk into Walmart, the first thing you're going to see is some spandex. That's all women seem to wear now. So how do you maneuver in an evil world like that? Pray a lot. Don't draw to it. You're going to see it. Ask for forgiveness. Because you're going to lust in this world. I don't care who you think you are. I don't lust. Man, you see what these people are wearing? Their nakedness is uncovered. And as a human being, even as a man, you are naturally designed to attract to a woman. You think instantly like you might just, whoa. People, I'm just a realist. I'm going to tell you what most preachers are afraid to say. Most teachers are scared to say. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm not perfect by any means, people. I have flaws. They struggle with porn addiction, alcohol addiction, marijuana addiction. I didn't struggle with all this stuff. But I no longer struggle with it anymore. Do you understand what I'm saying? It no longer has complete and total and utterly control over my life. Because most people think that to defeat alcoholism, you must stop it. What makes you think that? Because that's what people say on TV. God has delivered me from alcohol for 20 years. Now I tell everybody not to drink. You are a false teacher. You are a false teacher. Maybe God don't want you to drink. Think about it now. Maybe God don't want you to do that because you can't control it and you can't handle it. People, I just tell you it like it is. God delivered me from all that because I was addicted to it. I had to have it. I couldn't operate without it. I go to work for 8 hours and I don't drink at work. On certain occasions, according to what's going on. Like we might have a little gathering at the job after work and stuff like that. Yeah, I may drink. Oh, you ain't Christian. Boy, a lot of y'all are in for a rude awakening. I always tell the people the story about Jesus sitting at the table with sinners. That means food and drink was on the table. That means most likely Jesus was drinking wine too. They couldn't tell the difference. The Pharisees was like, look at you, sitting with sinners, behaving like them. How you know they said that? They said, behold, a gluttonous man and a wine bibber, a friend of publicans and sinners. So he was sitting there, and the Pharisees couldn't even tell the difference. What kind of discernment did they have? There's a lot of you Christians the same way. I'm going to do something right now. And people that beat me up. One lady prophesied over me. She said, I saw people that smoked cigarettes in hell. I'm like, what? Do you even read the Bible? You saw people smoking cigarettes in hell. I bet you they went in hell for the cigarette, though. I just be real with you, people. I try not to show what I do. But I don't care anymore. I'm not going to be fake. I drink coffee too. Yeah, some things I don't tell you. Because it's okay to keep secrets. Everybody don't need to know everything about you. But I'm going to let you know what's allowed and what's not allowed. Don't overindulge. Think about this. You got a person that drinks wine. And their house is in order. Then you got another person that drinks wine and they on the streets. What's the problem? Is it the wine? No. It's them. They didn't left off to take care of their home to chase after this. And we don't supposed to treat them bad because of that. Because we can be in that same boat. Like I tell people all the time. People will be scared to give a person on the street $5 and they'll be like, all you're going to do is buy a beer with it or wine. But you'll throw a party and buy 24 cases of beer and all this for your family. and your friends. Hypocrite. Hypocrisy. But I tell people the Bible tells you an order. Eat, drink, and be merry. And it works pretty good in that order. Eat while drinking. Like when you go to a restaurant, don't you order a margarita? Oh, you a Christian, you shouldn't be. Lord have mercy. I used to love Kool-Aid and Capri Suns and stuff as a child. But when I became a man, I did away with childish things. And I'm a man that know how to utilize self-control. And I hope you're a man or a woman that know how to utilize self-control in your life. As a child, you tried to kill yourself with certain things. You tried to drink until there's no drink no more, eat until there's no eating no more. It's a buffet. I'm finna eat 8 plates. Now as you get older, you go to the buffet, you get what you want. You don't care if it's unlimited food. You eat just what you need. Same way, drink just what you need. You ain't trying to get toe up from the flow up like you used to do. Because my Bible said become as little children. So I'm supposed to say walk around goo goo gaga. Y'all ain't getting the mark. Y'all ain't getting the message. I just try to be real as I can be. Because some of y'all might see me for real one day. Who knows? And when you see me, you won't be shocked. You smoke? Yeah. You drink? Yeah. And I'm still a believer. People, if you haven't given your life over to God, I advise you to do so. He's going to open you up to the truth. And he said the truth will set you free. He said, why do you subject yourself to stimulations under man's rules? Touch not, taste not, handle not, with all to perish after the using. Why do you do that? Because the preacher's preaching? It's like they don't understand drunkenness with having a drink. It's a difference. Jesus would have drinks. Jesus turned water into wine. Hannah, while you're pregnant, don't drink no strong drink or wine. What did Eli tell Hannah? How long will you tarry at the wine? He thought she was drunk. No, she was sorrowful. We all have overindulged in alcohol sometimes. We go through some things, a death in the family, heartbreak, the preacher, everybody. He said when a man is weary, give him wine to drink. Sometimes your weariness, you might need a glass of wine. I'm not peer pressuring you. You might need a glass or two. But know your limits. That don't mean try to get your tolerance up. Keep your tolerance low. That's why it ain't good to drink from morning to evening like I used to do. You know how you keep your tolerance low? Drink less often. And I'm not saying like after work. You see the characteristic I'm saying? The work of a laboring man is sweet. And if you labor, because I leave with work, I'm like, Lord, I ask God for guidance. Lord, should I buy a beer today? Or some strong drink? I like wine, but I don't like wine. And God knows what you like and what you don't like neither. He said, I will give you the desires of your heart. But think about it, he got to make your heart right first with him. Then he'll show you how to enjoy the things that are allowed and the things that are not. I'm not encouraging anybody to smoke cigarettes. That's my preference. Maybe I shouldn't. But that's not going to condemn me to hell. Oh, you idolize it. Well, I drink water every day, but I don't idolize it. Be not friends with the world. I got a cell phone, and it's worldly, but I use it to spread videos. You see, people, y'all need to think out the box. Y'all probably put God in a small box this little. Everything he made for a purpose. Why was hops created? What they used to make beer with. You got to ask yourself, yeast. All these things. If you haven't given your life over to God, I advise you to do so. And then after that, have a blessed day. I know I went too real long on this last video, but God woke me up early. So I figured he wanted me to talk more. And people, have a blessed day. That doesn't mean trials or tribulations ain't going to happen. But read that word. You want to find advice? Before you seek advice from man, seek advice from God. And then see if that man is lining up with the word, or woman. If they're not lining up with what you read, you can take their knowledge and throw it straight out the window with them. Dust your feet off from them. There's so much things I've been through over the years that I don't understand why a lot of things happen and why this happens, but the Bible tells you you're not meant to understand everything. You're not meant to know what's going to happen tomorrow. You're meant to trust in the Lord and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your path. That's what you're after. He will direct your path. Just like he directed mine, just like he directed Samson and David and many other people in the Bible, and many people around the world today are being led by God. And a lot of people thinking they are not. Have you watched that movie about the sex trafficking? And the man was a man of God, and he was sent to jungles where people were shooting at him and trying to kill him. And this is a true story, to deliver souls from their captives, to set the captives free. And one of the men, he would drink with those people, but he wasn't one of those people. He was an undercover. A lot of y'all are undercover Christians. And it's not like you're hiding it, but you don't look like the token Christian. But you are. Have a blessed day.